Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to NBA Player Prop Parlay here on the Guy Boston Sports YouTube channel. I am your host, Tasos Kalimos. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the show. I want to start off by saying a quick apologies. I know it's been a minute. Been over a week since I've posted a new NBA Player Prop Parlay video. Thanksgiving holiday came around. Kind of just took the opportunity to take a little break, recharge the batteries a little bit. And now we are back. So guys, thank you very much for being patient. I know, like I said, it's been a little while, been over a week since my last NBA Player Prop Parlay video. I have been doing other videos on the channel. If you've been watching, I've been doing all my football stuff. It's still all there. But just took a little vacation from doing Player Prop Parlay videos. But we are back. The last 3 days of videos that we did, we were up like 7 units. So we were on a hot streak to close out before the Thanksgiving break. Let's see if we can continue those good vibes. And I think with this parlay that I have for you guys today, we're going to do just that. So let's go dive right into it. So getting back into the swing of things, guys, getting back from the Thanksgiving holiday, we have a little 3-leg parlay for you guys today. As always, DraftKings is my sportsbook of choice. It is the sportsbook that I primarily use. So all the odds and the picks and whatnot are coming from DraftKings. I'm sure if you shop around, you might be able to find a little bit better. But for me, as always, I typically use DraftKings. And for the first leg of our 3-leg parlay, guys, we are going to Bulls Celtics. Give me Jaylen Brown over half a steal. And again, on DraftKings, you get that for minus 225 odds. And look, Jaylen Brown, you can give him some shit for how he's played, especially since he's got this max extension with the Celtics, right? Sometimes it's too much of this hero ball bullshit where he tries to be the hero and tries to be the guy, and he has this kind of complex where he wants to be the guy. All that stuff may be true. But for this pick here, none of that matters. We're just looking at defense. And the one thing you cannot take away from Jaylen Brown is that he is one of the best two-way players in the game. And defensively, he is a solid defender, which is why I like this spot of over half a steal. He's covered this prop of over half a steal in 8 of his last 10 games, and he's hitting it at a 75% rate in 2023. And like I said, guys, we're really just following the trend here and betting on Jaylen Brown being the aggressive defensive player that he is to continue contributing. There's a reason why he's at minus 225 odds. He's hitting it pretty consistently. He's not just getting one steal, but he typically blows through this number. We've had a couple games where he's had like 3 or more steals, 2 or more steals. So I like the spot here for Jaylen Brown at home. Energy in the Garden will be high. Pretty good matchup here. So I like the spot here, Jaylen Brown over half a steal for the first leg of our parlay. And real quick, guys, before we get into the rest of the parlay, I want to talk to you guys about Outlier, our show's sponsor. It's no secret, guys, if you've been watching my show, if you're watching any of the shows here on Guy Boston Sports, Outlier is a fantastic sports betting tool. I've been using it for a few weeks now. They've been sponsoring the show for a few weeks now, and honestly, I could not be happier with it. I truly believe this. Whether they were a paying sponsor or not, they are the best sports betting tool on the market when it comes to player props. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, guys. Myself, personally, if you watch my videos, you know that I am a guy who likes to use analytics and trends and patterns and all that stuff. And Outlier provides all that for me. It makes it color-coded. It makes it very clear, precise, everything that I need. It's right there to use. And the best part is it's integrated with your sportsbook of choice, right? If you want to use DraftKings, FanDuel, MGM, Caesar, Bet360, whatever you want to use, it'll transfer your picks from Outlier into your sportsbook, so it takes away some of the hassle. You don't have to go through and find all your numbers and your picks and then go ahead and re-enter them in DraftKings. It shoots it right over there for you. It gives you all kinds of insight and betting insight and all this kind of stuff. Guys, I've been using Outlier, and my hit rate has been unbelievably high. I am hitting, since I started using Outlier, I'm hitting my NBA player props at over 85% success rate. And so, guys, I recommend using Outlier. And when you use the link in the description below, you get a 7-day free trial to check it out for yourself. So, guys, don't miss out on that offer. Again, 7-day free trial when you use the link in the description below. Thank you to Outlier for sponsoring today's video. And moving on to the second leg of our parlay, guys, we're going to the Knicks-Hornets game. Give me Julius Randle over 26.5 points plus assists. You can find this leg for minus 110 odds on DraftKings as of the time right now. And look, guys, before you guys jump on me and go, oh, Julius Randle's he had a really bad start to the year, I can admit that, but Julius Randle has turned his season around in a big way, and he's hit this number in 8 of his last 10 games. The only 2 instances where he didn't hit this number was against the Heat and the Timberwolves recently, the last couple games. And those are just really tough matchups. Minnesota and Miami are 2 very good defensive teams. They have size down low, so they are built to match up with Randle. Guess who isn't built to match up with Randle? That's right, the Charlotte Hornets. It's no secret, the Hornets are not that great of a team, especially when it comes to playing defense. They are one of the, let's just say, that's a nice way to put this, they're one of the suckier teams in the league in terms of defense. They just don't have anybody, in my opinion, who can match up with Randle here and slow him down. And considering that he has been hot of late, he's really started to turn his season around again. He's hit this number of over 26.5 points and assists in 8 of his last 10 games, and he was hitting it on a 7-game consecutive streak before that Minnesota game. So I'm betting a spot here. Julius Randle, he's turned his season around, and the Hornets is a really good matchup for him. They're bottom 10 in the league in points allowed to power forwards and points allowed in general. So I do like the matchup here for Julius Randle. I think he continues to eat. He'll probably cover this mostly in points. I could see him getting somewhere around 25 points, 26 points, and then you sprinkle a couple assists in there. I like the spot. And for the third and final leg, guys, we are going to the Cavs-Hawks games, giving Max Strus over 21.5 points, rebounds, plus assist player combo. And surprisingly enough, this is currently at plus 100 odds on DraftKings, which is kind of crazy. Strus has covered this number in 8 of his last 10 games, and they're matching up with the Atlanta Hawks team where, similar to that earlier pick with Julius Randle and the Hornets, this is not a great defensive team in Atlanta. And very similar to the Randle pick, his 2 times in the last 10 games where he didn't hit this over were against the Miami Heat and the Los Angeles Lakers, 2 teams that defensively are pretty solid, and they match up pretty well with Max Strus. Strus has really turned into a nice player for the Cavs. It's kind of crazy. I mean, out of all those Miami Heat guys, a lot of them went on and have not looked all that great elsewhere. Max Strus, on the other hand, though, has actually looked better, and honestly, he's one of the Cavs' best players this season, so he ended up being a great signing for them. Again, guys, really great matchup. The Hawks are bottom 10 in the NBA, bottom 5 actually, in points allowed. This team is not good defensively at all. And especially against the small forward position, they are bottom 10 in points allowed, rebounds allowed, and assists allowed to the small forward position. Shout out to Outlier for giving me that info. And so when you put that defensive matchup with the fact that Max Strus has been covering this number consistently all year, I find it pretty crazy that it's plus 100 odds, but we'll take it. And guys, when you put those 3 picks together, you get a parlay of plus 452 odds. And again, honestly, kind of crazy that that's the odds we got on this parlay, considering there's a lot of value. It just trends that these 3 players have been hitting consistently. Kind of crazy where some of the spots are, especially the defensive matchups they have. Plus 452 feels like a steal. I didn't use any promos or any boosts or anything. I'm sure if you use your own sports book, whether it be DraftKings or something else, you might be able to find some. I didn't use any here. I'll take the plus 452 value and ride with that. Guys, that is it for me today. Thank you very much for watching. Again, apologies for the long absence, but it will not happen again, at least not for a while. I am back here with almost daily NBA Player Prop Parlay videos, guys. Until tomorrow when I come back to you with a new video, I hope you're all winners. I hope we all cash our bets. I'll see you tomorrow.